So now we're going to look at page 102, types of spreadsheet chart. So the first type is column chart, single series. So if we look at this, that's a column chart, single series. In a column chart, each number is represented by a vertical column. The higher the number, the higher the column. Each set of numbers represented in the chart is called a data series. So all of those are data series and they correspond to Jim's row on the general table. In table 4.2, there's only one set of numbers, so the chart displayed in 4.2 has a single column for each month: January, February, March, April, May, June. From the chart in figure 4.2, we can quickly see that February was Jim's busiest month for travelling. Column chart, multiple series. A multiple series column chart shows the relationship between different sets of numbers. So the whole table there is going into making that chart. See, the whole table is highlighted there. In figure 4.3, the chart is representing four sets of numbers or data series: Jim's travel, Tom's travel, Eileen's travel, and Karen's travel. This is why each month in the chart has four columns. Excel automatically assigns a different color to each employee's column. With a multiple series column chart, we can make comparisons between distances travelled by employees in a given month, as well as seeing the trend of each employee's travel over the 6-month period. So if I concentrate on a month, I can see Tom had the most travel in that month. But if I look at, for example, all the blue ones, I can see Jim's travel over 6 months. Stacked column chart. In a stacked column chart, distance travelled by Karen, Eileen, Tom and Jim make up one column for each month. This makes it easier to see how the total travel is divided between the four employees in each month. So we have one column for each month, and within that column, different portions are shaded to represent the travel for that particular employee within that particular month. Bar chart. In a bar chart, each number is represented by a horizontal bar. This places more emphasis on values and less emphasis on time. So we're more interested in the numbers here rather than which month it was. Stacked bar chart. A stacked bar chart allows us to see at a glance what portion of the total monthly travel each employee accounted for. So we can see the total monthly travel for April, and within that we can see that Karen had the most travel and Jim didn't have that much. So from the chart in figure 4.6, we quickly see that Karen accounted for a small portion of the total travel in January, February and March, but accounted for a much higher portion in April, May and June. Line chart. In a line chart, each number in a data series is represented by a dot. The higher the number, the higher the dot will be above the baseline. So if we look at Tom's figure 2012, for Tom, you can see that that's the highest figure on his line. Dots are joined together to form a line. In the employee travel example in figure 4.7, an upward slanting line indicates that the distance travelled is increasing over time. So, for example, Eileen had a lot more travel in April to what she had in March. A downward sloping line indicates that the distance travelled is decreasing. So Tom's travel has decreased somewhat. Each employee has a different coloured line. Line charts are useful if you want to see trends in the data. So line charts are very useful for time-related diagrams. Pie chart. A pie chart shows only one data series of set of numbers. So I've had to do a separate pie chart for each employee. Pie charts are useful when we want to see how a specific item, e.g. Karen's travel, consists of different categories. So this pie chart allows us to see which months Karen did most of her travelling in and which months were the quietest. The pie chart also calculates the percentage of total made up by each slice of the pie. You can see it there when I hover on it. Separate pie charts could also be created for Jim, Tom, and Eileen. Scatter chart. A scatter chart shows the relationship between two variables. The example in figure 4.9 shows the relationship between speed and braking distance. So that's the braking distance and that's the speed up the side. At higher speeds, a greater distance is travelled before a car stops completely.
Scatter charts are commonly used to show the results of scientific tests. So that's the end of that video, and you can look at further videos on how to create a chart.